my union. You know, may home. Menkase umfa home. Omaye nyinansum. Emfa kroye. Sikron kwejina. My binyam koso Ghana betumpo. Mama yunya.
Ghana Bethel Multimedia.
sɛ womfa ho
Mama nyina nso
ma yɛ nyinaa nsom
yɛmfa kroyɛ
yɛmfa akoroyɛ yɛakoroyɛ na ɛyɛ krɔnkɔ agyina
Mama nyina
ma yɛ nyinaa nsom
yɛmfa
yɛmfa akoroyɛ
yɛakoroyɛ
na ɛyɛ
krɔnkɔ agyina
krɔnkɔ agyina
Mama nyina nso
ma yɛ nyinaa
obiara nyɛ n'afa mu
deɛ
Mama benya nkɔso Ghana betu mpono Mama nyina nso
ma yɛ nyinaa
obiara nyɛ n'afa mu deɛ ɔminye Mama benya nkɔso Ghana betu mpono
Yo, abusuafoɔ aha ɛyɛ Bethel Radio and TV. Aha ɛna Ghana kasa, aha na wiase kasa. Aha ɛna NPP kasa. Ɛnɛ, mosomfo Thomas Ɔheneba Boakye ɛna matena ase a magye madwa a mede Bethel nkɔmmɔ ɛrebrɛ mo. Mene mo bɛtena ase afiri saa mmerɛ yi akɔpem sɛ ɛyɛ nondu ɛbɛbɔ. Ɛne fa. Mugu so a mohwɛ ɛyɛ Bethel Radio and TV. Ɛnɛ, mene panyin kɛseɛ paa ɛna ebedi nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ fie ha sei. Ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa. Wasom party ne yie. Both government and ɛyɛ party ne nyinaa wasom yie ɛwɔ fie ha sei. Engineer Kwabena J. Japan, yɛne ne bedi nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ fie ha. Nansana no, ma menkyia ɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ ne atiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ a mohwɛ nyinaa. Ma menkyia NPP UK a Chairman Kingsley Adumata of Ake ɛda no. Saa so na mɛkyia ɛyɛ chapter executives, branch executives, ne ɛyɛ chapter members nyinaa. All identifiable groups nyinaa mekyia wɔn nyinaa. Saa so na mekyia me ankasa me chapter ɛyɛ North London chapter Chairman Gabriel Sian Mugabe ɛda no. Ɛne NPP UK foɔ nyinaa. Ɛnɛ mosomfo matena ase mede Bethel nkɔmmɔ ɛrebrɛ mo. Na ansana mɛkɔ no, wobɛhu yɛ social media no so ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Facebook wobɛnya yɛ Bethel Multimedia. Saa so na wokɔ ɛyɛ YouTube so a ɛhɔ so no wobɛnya Bethel Multimedia. Ɛbrɛ so a wobɛnya akwanya na wode w'adwenkyerɛ aba ɛyɛ WhatsApp 0754834270 0754834270. Mekenkan o message voice note kra na wobɛyɛ a wobɛtumi ayɛ de aba. Mmerɛ no so a wobɛtumi afrɛ na wakyerɛ w'adwene. Saa so na wobɛhu yɛ TikTok ɛyɛ Bethel Multimedia Studio. Ɛhɔ so wobɛnya yɛ wɔ ɛyɛ Bethel Multimedia. Ɛnɛ adwumakuo a ɛsɔm ase na mede ɛyɛ Bethel nkɔmmɔ ɛbrɛ mo ɛyɛ Livingstone Healthcare. Livingstone Healthcare. Ɔmo na ɛsɔm ase na ɛnɛ mede ɛyɛ Bethel nkɔmmɔ ɛbrɛ o. Wopɛ Livingstone a wobɛtumi anya yɛ wɔ ɛyɛ Sunderland House ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Walthamstow E17 ɛyɛ 6BU. Ɔhɔ ɛna wobɛnya Bethel. Wobɛnya Livingstone. Saa so na ɛyɛ wopɛ living in care a yɛbɔ yɛn ho mmɔden yɛboa. Saa so na dementia ɛno so yɛyɛ ho adwuma. Learning disability ɛno so yɛyɛ ho adwuma. Saa so na care for older people ɛno so yɛyɛ ho adwuma. Enti frɛ Livingstone for ɛwɔ 077532 13683 077532 13683 na wo ne yɛni nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Livingstone. Adwuma panyifoɔ no ɛwɔ abadaye yie. Ɔmo wɔ tema, ɔmo dwene nipa ho. Obi di waba abrokyire na wopɛ ɛyɛ adwuma yɛ na wonya adwuma nyɛ a bra Livingstone. Yɛwɔ part time wɔ hɔ, yɛwɔ full time wɔ hɔ. Yɛbɛgyew na yɛama wɔ adwuma yɛ. Deɛ ɛtɔ so biem ɛyɛ Atalia Nursery. Atalia Nursery ɛno so ɛyɛ school kronsonko koraa bɛpie mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Boramwood. Atalia Nursery. Ɛyɛ school a abɛpie ɛwɔ Boramwood. Timu a mowɔ Boramwood, Hartfield, Watford, Hendon, Bentoke, Edgware, Collindale, ne nyinaa no momfa mo ani nkyerɛ Atalia Nursery. Ɛhɔ producer de bɛto so Atalia Nursery. Ɛhɔ ɛna wobɛnya school nwanwansoro a wobɛtumi akɔ na wakɔ akɔsua adeɛ. Wode wo ba no kɔ hɔ a n'adwenem bɛbie na wobɛhunu adeɛ yie paa. Adwuma mpanyinfoɔ no ɛwɔ abadaeɛ a wɔdwene nipa ho. Enti no Atalia Nursery. Fa wo ba kɔ hɔ na wɔgye nkora from 1 year ɛkɔ 16 years. From 1 year ɛkɔ 16 years. Atalia Nursery ɛbɛgye wo na ahwɛ wo. Ope pick up a yɛbɛpeke ama pick up for yɛbɛtumi apeke ama wo saa so ɛna ope holiday half day food day a ne nyinaa no yɛbɛnya ɛde ama wo ɛwɔ Atalia Nursery. Adwumakuo a ɛtɔ so ɛyɛ Palm Island. Yes, Palm Island. Aduane bɛn na wopɛ ɛwɔ kurom ha. Ghana aduane a yɛdi ne nyinaa ebi wɔ Palm Island. Sɛ yɛ banku, diehuo, emutuo, awaakye, chinchinka, ɛnam bɛn na wopɛ, drinks bɛn na wopɛ ne nyinaa wobɛnya bi wɔ Palm Island. Ɔmo wɔ Housden. Ofrɛ ɔmo a yɛyɛ order nyinaa nti sɛ wopɛ sɛ yɛyɛ order ma wo a ebetumi ayɛ order ɛde deliver ɛde abrɛ wo. Saa so na Bethel video and photography. Videography and photography yɛyɛ ɛwɔ Bethel photography and videography. Wopɛ woyɛ party na woyɛ outdoor and Christian bibia woyɛ bia na sɛ wobɛtwa pictures ni video nko ade a wobɛtumi de wani akyerɛ Bethel photography and videography. Yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛayɛ ama wo kama. Enti frɛ number 0754834270. 075483422670 na ɛne Bethel for nkasa na ɔmo ɛbɛboa wo. Deɛ aduru soɔ no ɛnɛ yɛnnuanom bi edi ɔmo birthday. Yes, birthday for ɛwɔ ha. Aye. Me bra panyi Kwame Prempeh. Aye. Kwame Prempeh. Ɛnɛ ɛyɛ na woda. Nti senior me ma happy birthday. Bra panyi Kwame Prempeh. Saa so na Kotoma. Yeah, me brother Kotoma. Aye, aha. Ono so ɛnɛ yɛ ne birthday. Nti senior Kotoma. Happy birthday, bro. Nyankopɔn nhyira no ɔnyɛ wakoma so adeɛ nyinaa ma. Saa so na me nua Ben. Yes, Benjamin. Me nua Benjamin akɔwia no. Canada. Hɔ na obutu sesi a ɛnɛ yɛ na woda. Nti Ben me ma happy birthday. Nyankopɔn nhyira mu nyinaa no ɔnyɛ makoma so adeɛ nyinaa ma mo. Ɛnɛ kowura nkrataa na ɛba dwa so no. Sɛ wɔanya bi anhwɛ a yes. Aye. Ɛnɛ dailies ɛbaeɛ no. Bethel Multimedia na yɛsa de brɛw ɛma sɛ wɔanya bi ankenkan anɔpa na wobɛtumi anya bi na anwummerɛ yɛba Bethel a yɛsa review ama NPP Presidential Primaries. Flag bearer hopeful signs peace path on Thursday. Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a ɛkyina ɔmo de ɔmo nsa bɛhyɛ krataa ase na ɔmo ahwɛ. Saa so na front page hɔ na His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɔse ignore the lies, vote for me, Bawumia tells delegates. Ɔse ignore the lies, vote for me, Bawumia tells delegates. Saa so na another flag bearer hopeful aspirant Dr. Yaw Edichum ɔse NPP race, delegates will decide, not polls or prophecies. Edichum campaign. Ira Dr. Yaw said Edichum ne campaign team and de ato dwa sɛ delegates ɔmo decide Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a 31st. Ɛnyɛ polls anaasɛ prophecy ɛna ebe decide. Ira Yaw ɔsɛ Edichum ɛna ɔde ato dwa. Ɛno ɛwɔ front page ɛne other papers ɛbae. The Ghanaian point was say patience is what is required now. We are almost there. And no police penny na de atu adwa e ho Inti no ye de ba it's a daily analyst. Ghana begins local good refining. And also the award the daily analyst so front page so the daily post or see Gold Board and Gold Coast refinery signed landmark deal to refine gold facility locally. Yes, refine gold locally. And no, the Daily Post, so the Aba Republic Press, so battle for MPP sows heat up. Battle for MPP sows heat up. Aspirants clash over party future, and also the Daily Press. The Trust newspaper MPP flag bearer race so we minua ba ko na the paper no and also or the aba the Daily Trust and also flag bearer hon sensem ya engineer Comrade Japan and ye ne bedi nkomo ofia o say I offer leadership with integrity. Engineer Comrade Japan, former press secretary to former vice president of Ghana John Ajikunkufo Osabe party no general secretary Yura engineer Comrade Japan and the atuja no say our offer leadership with integrity and no the buy observer and also say minority demands a black house removal over US visa freeze and also the observer and also front page and no the all no. The Chronicle margins to build ID system for the Gambia and also by a war the front page of the Chronicle and also Mahama takes bold decision to refine gold in Ghana and also the Chronicle front page. The next one by Jaso and the Chronicle, the Daily Graphic and also or say homegrown solution drive economy gains. Vice President Yemame and or the Atuja or say homegrown solution drive economic gains. And engineer Comrade Japan so story no and also our front page. And then the papers by engineer Comrade Japan Jumedia Okudi no and Nra and anopay papers in report to about the delegates or say reshuffle looms. Lordina Boy Eyes Defense and reshuffle bana President Mahama reshuffle yebehwe the eba nti eno the eba ene nyankopon ya aduma programs bebre ena eba so UK ha sei programs eba so UK ha programs dane den nyina meka se MPP UK yenkwane diaspora branch dane den nyina activities ni program ekoso ti nyankopon ya aduma Bristol for bring and share. Yes. Nyankopon ya aduma kosiada Bristol chapter bring and share. Intino modie no Bristol chapter bring and share. Timuma nyina chairman Kofi Berima any all the members in Bristol MPP UK nim omo bring and share. Nti mo nhye nso Bristol chapter nyankopon ya adoma 24th Saturday 24th omo bring and share nti mo nhye nso se obi an fa na ni nkyere Bristol chapter. The next one eba so upcoming program East London chapter organizer Dr. Yimano Esiedu nyankopon ya adoma ono so program sinchirichi or start Politics Without Borders no nyankopon ya adoma or twaso 29th Zoom ti mo nyina nhye no so se ye ani be kire East London Zoom sa so na chairman one in town Birmingham chapter one of the vibrant chapter the die chairman one in town in executives na nanom ne empanyifo ewo Birmingham a revival the Birmingham chapter nyankopon ya adoma 7 February Birmingham chapter meeting kese pa anti moma yenhye no nso 7th nyankopon ya adoma on the 8th yes 8th February miankasa me chapter North London chapter Chairman Gabriel Mugabe da no so ye face to face meeting Wood Green. My no so Yankopon ya adoma 8 February. Enyina ye shia o Domino Center Wood Green. Near ye face to face North London chapter NPP North London chapter face to face meeting. And no actually no a year face to face meeting as abasu biem a Central Hertfordshire Chairman Kingsley Brobe Scorbona Nada no yes Central Hertfordshire so a year face to face meeting on 21st February into my channel so na nyina for any monyam emeta dwumadi enachi minia Roy Entry Roy mema yako inua Roy Entry member of a year NPP UK ne papa Ephraim Mr. Nicholas Kwabnantwi Nyankopon ya adoma Saturday ye be ni kwasia da be 24th and 25th enua Roy Entry eja ne papa kwan kra ewo Ghana enti mo amwo Ghana nyina mo koto aba na mo Ghana nyina no mo fa mo ni nkyire asokore mampon na mo mra meja enua Roy Entry onkra ne papa echi kra enti yesre mo a mo fa mo ni nkyire saa so na we so ye Mrs. Gloria Gloria member of South London chapter ono so no ne maami Ephraim okwa akoye yi ni o Ghana eno so no ye de flyer no beba beto platform no so ene da so no yes Cecilia Atta ye sister Gloria ni maami yi okwa akoye no Ghana eno so no oto nsa frɛ obia so on fa na ni monyam meta na chi na mommo an se de mo boa no wo UK ha sei no moma ye nyina ye nkuja no yo meba be ye we na chiri na mame nko line no so na ene eni adagye kra ewo studio ha sei yes eni adagye kra
brothers and sisters present myself to you the electoral as the most viable candidate you delegates you carry the sacred responsibility of choosing our next leader of our tradition.
Of NPP.
Remember, the decision you make will
press
echo
secretary to former President John Ajekun Kufuor. Saaso na obeye party no ye general secretary na oye engineer eba administration so a obone homodi pa nyankopon dom engineer Kwabena Japan edini din abase yento no so aba na omedi NPP anim no nkwaji tumi no 2028 ono nko ane nipa ye wogidie se nyankopon ya adoma 2028 obekwa timi akwaji tumi na edia aba ye bebusa no ye nti a opese obedlidi party no na Jenny so far obeye press secretary ene onenamua beye general secretary Osa Basi and Santono Swaba as presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party. Yebebusano near the Nkomo Bebre. Aha ye Bethel Radio UK. Hana Ghana Kasa, Hana Wiase Kasa, Hana NPP Kasa. Engineer Ambacha Otemenka, me mawajoba Bethel Radio so.
Mejo so many hinaba. Nyamidi ndawase. I hope so who yet steady ne. Nyankopon adaroma moja efusane we mwi nda wase ni wetie fo nyina bibia eboko
Yo aha yeso ye ma wakwa abase minim se campaign no ahiti pa ye busy pa so Nyankopon adaroma onya time de ma Bethel Radio UK ye founding father baako ne ba ye Mercy Dombo ne nikunu na abie Bethel Radio. Tiesa ma wakwa babium na general mpachopi once a general always a general. They say the biggest one na yeko the presidential flag bearership na yeko. Na Mami Musa why general why administrator former general secretary now presidential aspirant. Mami Musa will say how has your journey prepared you for the highest officer, Nyankopon ya adoma, opese ohodi no. Journey so far through the ranks, no. How has it prepared you?
Me da si bebre. Me da Nyankopon ase se Mede na me abrante time a yɛkyekyere party no. Nti mebehu mpanimfoɔ wɔ party mu. Wɔn a ɛde ɛho bɔ afɔreɛ, ɛyɛ adwumaden, de wɔn sika, wɔn nimdeɛ, wɔn agyapadeɛ ɛde som ekuo yi. Tem biara sɛ menya akwanya te sɛ deɛ ɔde ama me a, na ehia sɛ yɛbɛkae ɛnɛ nipa a ɛwɔ wiase because the majority of our population no ɛyɛ very young population. In fact, the last statistics ɛyɛ wɔ Ghana, if my memory serves me right, voting population under 44 no about 65%. Yɛba kabi ma me nka bi so na kyerɛ sɛ wɔn nyinaa wɔn na wɔn ni hɔ anaasɛ na wɔn susu. Nti ehia ma sɛ da biara no yɛbɔ wɔn kɔkɔ kakra because nnɛ wotie kasa no bi a nipa no ka ne anoya ne nneɛma a ɛmfata na saa ne party yɛkyekyere. 1992 sɛ na sogyafoɔ na hwɛɛ so. Rawlings na wɔbɛtena ɔman so for over 10 years. Mpanimfoɔ yi bi wɔn a enyuma agu, wɔn a adwane abɛtena aburukyiman mu na kurom ha ɛdi yie papa. Nti even the fight to get back to democratic rule na nyɛ ade ɛda fam. We did not take it easy. It took the sweat, some yɛnim fifire, the sacrifice, to wɔn akyɛ ansana yɛtumi apushi ama referendum in May 1992 a yɛgye to mu sɛ although the process no was a bit flawed because we were still under military rule and asogyafoɔ no na running the first election. In fact, the Electoral Commission was then an interim National Electoral Commission, INEC. So, nanso so kasapa anidie nnuadɔ nkabom ɛno na ɛbɛma party bɛyɛ akɔnɔ a dodoɔ no ara wɔ Ghana ha no nkwasa a wɔn because ne yɛdi ɛho ni ne yɛkasa yɛ ho te even internal competition na ɛdegenerate nanso so it appears that somewhere along both as a political party and as a country because ene language emphata intemperate language vitriol nkurɔfoɔ use no started say eba into the party political akyɛ kakra ma mekae sɛ ebinom koraa frɛ ebinom babies with sharp teeth. Nti afutuo na me feel sɛ baby a Ghana gyina. Our experiences with the current generation because media my family my father said I'm like a bridge between the old generation and Penify beto Musafo do Dr. Selby Dubois no more Salif no Amesime Kunum and our current political class and so that we can represent the hope for the future of this country and for generations unborn. Oh my young because media mafim amemu ntina no twi mu yɛka no aman yɔsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ ɔman no yie. The very essence of politics and government is to improve the livelihoods of the citizens of the country. And not in air politics. It's not about self. It's about society. And it could be na say yen mpanimfo ye diko. Yesu ni e ban ni ye ni ye kasa no and suggest say e amanyo enchichire oman na emum ayese ye ema ye ho na it create a lot of problems for the future generation. And whilst in the early days, and I was about 30 years at the time, we invested in Nigeria. It me fata a feeling crime. Bora voter region. they kind of on our own, just to go and talk to some of our party people because they were being oppressed at the time. You been a bema uska, you been a bema car. 92, party how many cars there? 96, how many cars there? Even 2000. So cars say, Jacob Beche belong the time near my idea, Okofa Tiku Bao say Apalawo coin. And it's been a big struggle and sana, yeah, getting to where we are. And so it is completely unfortunate. Say, utie nipa ano kasa. Aye on said that the politics no. Ubo rem say be okofum. Nanso politics no. Eye som ye kose ye kosum, ye nkose ye kofum. Na me de me gidi se my brabo from 92 ebesi ne esuma me de asum ko ye asum pampa so. Intimitimi de me nsasi me ko. Etu nipa fo. Se yɛmfa yɛn ho ɛmo afɔre ti me nneɛma mmiɛnsa na mede ɛyɛ me campaign me friend no triple S S baako edi kan ɛyɛ service sɛ wobɛso wo kuo wobɛso wo man a wonwene deɛ wobɛnya sɛ wode wo ho bɛbɔ afɔre even ehu ɛfiri sɛ 1992 it was virtually life-threatening to be identified as NPP. And so akola at the age of 30, I feel in my school. Me to me see ho. Yeah, she obi gina national television network. Sometimes you know. Back up GBC television. What is what? Ghana food na help. Ntina home penifo nyina slow because they go up enti adwuma apia minka BA Mensa Ike Ozu Wiafe J Addison meka minka bi. Why ne benya kokudro ya to abawi na obekọ national television so say ono na ekoye party political broadcast na MP na enough say be me na me sha enso so me na mpanifo ka say kwama dey dachi ehye wonsa yiro because ubeka at that time na me all the youngest celebrities in Ghana at the age of 25 me na me host to sports highlights on national television for close to 10 years. In Tinami Ubia, my GD organa had that and sana politics for eba. So, and so I'm soon, yes, me national goodwill, a miama and memfa empia me party, memfa embody Roma Professor Eduboy. My home, me, it won't boss for you. She said, ne, me can service a nyama no keke, na me de because about what time as soon as to about debi a suban any ebra mabo party and a midi who dance. Me can say if you say 1992 ye koto abana omuchinchini ensa I can say yenko parliamentary election because that time they are nyina 1993 94 ye can say we do business with government. DJ Darocha, that famous press conference. That was the time we set up inter-party advisory committee. I know a friend of IPAC. Even in those days, me come one way smiling, say yenko jina party no name electoral commission. Into electoral reforms the year no 1995-96. Say yes, son, about one uncle ye into a trust stolen verdict. Maybe in 1996, I was a member of the National Campaign Committee, headed by Alhaji Isa Kainusa. In fact, a lot of the training, me courage kwasiga, near call around the country, because the IPAC new reforms no say near no electoral process, and these are the new dimensions. Now, as you two anamo, it's in Ghana, yanji teku and free party headquarters. Never. Yeah, as young executive for Pisika, yeah, the acquires a human. Let's ask Susan to much as soon like a war. And now, because as soon, Ira in Tina the theme of my campaign, NPP, going back to our roots. Says my papa. Na ebema party be krabehwe. And never cast at watching. And no na me pese men de campaigning ebo Ghana fokoko. Ebo NPP fokoko. Say yen sanko yinchi. Asa suban pa. Eni die. Ebuo. Kasapa. Inuado. Ene inkambo mu ana ewo party ya nke bema party no. Ehu be ye hwam wo Ghana fo. Yes, tanko fasa suban. Na yen sum ye party or small party. If it's one way woman, ye be back near ye be back near and so or soon the etias. A do wine by or co. Kufo by or co. A kufuado a back or co. And so you never know NPP because that is the vehicle that we have to use to govern our country. Intimatese obi NPP especially in Pennyfoy. Na omunya akwanya te se de wodi amame wo kasa di so na omu kro ye party anase omu suni ye ban bi emfata indi adanse pa emma party no na egu party ne ho fi na epam ankwankwa ne nipa se ye bedo party na eye me nwanwo san ha me papa intermediate yes abane ekoto me ton me home me sre party for no wɔn nso nim adwumadie ne adwuma pa a madi from a dubu ahentan 96 98 Friday yɛkɔ primaries former president Kufuor then candidate my first attempt at the president me nana me di ne campaign me nana me di ne campaign nipa nsia na nya akukuduro sɛ yɛbɛta n'akyi that are members of parliament is 66 or 67 emu mmiɛnsa pɛ and in Yakudro. Because if you are sitting, well, nipa no hwɛ baby am from money a day kwa bonzo mu nyina yo. But if you believe in principle, you always act with your conscience. It's that time, yeah, launching a campaign with Street Presbyterian, more meaning ho, Ebenezer Hall. Me am son in sa, literally Ghana for, Nana Adedankwa Kufuor, the next president of the Republic of Ghana. In Ghana, in those days, 200 constituents. And so, the bedroom Sunyani Catholic Center, and Mr. Kufuor here from city. And when Mr. Kufuor one cassette, young opportunity entry, and one year, on my year, or can the campaign, in fact, in the lead up to the 2000 election, that time, none a campaign manager, like Isaac and Nusa, or defective NDC. Until Jacob Bichibilam to assume the mantle. Sheda frame so come na so we Akufo-Addo akola. Yeah, prime minister said na oh baby nanso so we hwe adwuma pa waye from adubo ahentan to ho ata adwuma team Ghana some party at that time your opposition who expect bibia adwuma no na apesa oye na party ni dwuma yi na Ghana tebuma me ka bi etinti brabeka ho na campaign am mount here in the 8 weeks to election. Na voter Akufo-Addo nyane e feel say betime aye bibi di afọ. Mi so mu ye adwumaden ema eda aye koto aba. Sebi ko obi a mefa no say ye prime minister na minima. So nya gidi o mu so kamna wo na ye training work strong in 1996 2000 so ko na ko hwe ma baso ema me. Until December 28, I had the singular honor in the dead of the night to call Mr. Kufuor on the phone. Opening, Nana boom, you are now the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. Already president, so the rest of me, Obia say, prime minister, don't come in. Until me media, so one the quintessential Democrat that Mr. Kufuor is. Of Ame Betran in Chente Seneba, press secretary to the president, presidential spokesman. the Casamafo, the face and voice of our first government since the 2 years in 1972. It was a big responsibility. But I can say in all honesty and with pride, say Ghana ha dodo no aka say nipa was setting the standard for communications at the presidency. Ombeka say kwabena eje because me tu me hu ye adwuma den de so man penin. Eno na kire say unity ne nkambo ade a ehihia na ye party. Ti me kan unity asema nyama no keke na me kan. If you say 1992 na mesume safo do mkola ani bi na nsuso ye lusu primaries a Professor Dubois ebe so Frankan safo do na die ko ne fie ko ma na trinkwa no die share ne sa ono so gia wa tu intermediate de minimum party mu se se to aba na yi kendifo a wa so ye party ni ko jin wa kuma pa de ese utu hu che na wosum nipa no nye nipa no na wosum party enti na obekọ interviews ni ebusa 2023 mu se woni Dr. Baumia na nam yes because me na me a contestant in 2023 yakoto ya abano man shede enye bia nkofo start say yi dede party na we say me threaten showdown we say me free party na Meko independent we say sisi minipa. Many the first aspirant holding press conferences, press interviews. Actually, I say, abani 2 years near Toby. About what you can never have a perfect election. Yes, and you may be so I said Bibia and Fata and I said can you say a banasa. But you not to a baby ye cool. The enemy who 92, the Dubois and then Savoy do no the enemy who in 98. Akufo adone kofo ye ene de eto so ni 19 de eto abawia e eto awi osono no na yeso de party for dodo no be yi na si o say the jikabima menke bedi. Now we are real democrats of our country. Now we need to respect the verdict of the majority of our party who are the grassroots of our party. Inti because some ye adwumaden at the bois party. And that is what I expect from every dedicated patriot of the NPP. Intermediate, me say, upo obia party no atete no, obia unim party no, and knows the institutional record and the memory of this tradition. Because me ye press secretary to Kufo, me nim die, na botre, ne kasapa, ebuo a woman party, a door a woman party, and you might be brain and misfit one and ask. So I was treated at the feet of the president. You close to 6 years. And he attended more party. Mrs. Udi, you mamma mia, me everybody who has come across me knows that I'm an achiever. The being who I'm I didn't come out with distinction. Obianim. Say me coin, say me a bidin bibia even my difficult tenure as general secretary. I need to share that ball pop. He can some try say career. And by the time he me see chain, then you come me my shisha party presidential primaries. Kofefe na kufu adu na nkofo di propaganda say me chairman yem peso be the president. Oh, we need 93%. And this is basa BBSC presidential primary. You call parliamentary primaries for the first time in the history of this country. Na party be anye bida. Under my watch as general secretary, ye organizing elections in the majority over 250 parliamentary primaries in one day. That I want to say pin part of them. It is a pa and then no pray and then tiasi a dog and a kasapa and unti it me in fair. In fact, By the time you may see on the 10th of December 2015, na kasa the 5 or 6 seats pen determining. In 2016, you got two aba. The highest in this Fourth Republic, 169 at the time. Me gidi say ejuma pa ye si ho. She share primaries and home for so na ye nyan. Enti me de me obi a e de ejuma hwe me nsa me ye. Ko Ghana ha ko busa Institution of Engineering. Me beye omo chief executive in 2018 to 2022. My tenure, the innovation I brought to the place, to the extent say the West Africa, I became the executive director of the West African Federation of Engineering Organizations. This America say I still serve on the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, the Committee for Engineering and Environment. Me kasi ama a TFO any delegates a twaba who say nye kasa keke na meka se pa ye ti party mi yuko bi obetimi aka party na bom wanantim abrem enim party na hawa me gidi say Abna J Japan KAA is the most viable candidate ye didn't call Ghana for anymore. Ghana for say be menye so abofo but meet me aka say me hu nsem cheda and also mo amunim say me obi enim say me nukredi. I'm very frank to a point that sometimes any benefit say oh yeah hand time price so this me obi be good papa name me nukre any me principle that if I have to die for a principle I die for it. I work with my conscience and my word is my bond. Me cancer munchire na me nsa na me chida. It's never happened. Nobody will tell you that President Mahama will do that. And to me, I feel say, ye na me two party for nifo. One nim and someone else party num say. Whenever baby I jinano as a political party, SED a hono press baby jinano enye. Say Ghana forces so no. Oma dream say obia obeba man 8 years. The castle unko fear for 4 years prior. Kofa number at the 4 a penis. The abana ye beton. They say opposition 4 years. 1 year the trap. Me and Saka they say a po yempo. You bet your hard labor. Name buy a beton 31st of January. And none the Bema Ghana for say, hey, have we embraced and society or the air anymore? Na ye di ubia de umbe jina Ghana for anymore. Ibenya GDA with him and can connect with the youth of our country and can transform our country. And it's not just about electing a presidential candidate. It's a battle for the very soul of our party. Because party, you say the net here. You say, you say, no. DJ Darocha, Ponsanum, GH no. These are people who had no time for materialism. They were dedicated to the core values of this political tradition and the virtues of this political tradition. And I do believe I represent those values of this party. Tina, my theme no me say going back to our roots. And my party be krabehwe. Be catch say, oh we mo catch for the butter and I say because ni di huni. Ye kasa hote. And ne ye di NDP fuechi e di akowura gatem. E omo kanfo a yeso yen ka bi nkyere o. Ene ye ne.
Yo.
Rollins kwa no yeso de ni kra. Yamfa takahye ne ntokwa ene tu no. Ye di nyansa ne kasapa. And the Mama Ghana for every door, Ghana NPP, ye two aba at the mine. To almost feel say politics no, and a boot for boot, and ye be say, ye enquire security, and ye be facing on. Ye every soul is very precious to me as a person, and I believe to everyone in this country. It is not worth the blood of any Ghanaian being spilled in the name of election. Intermediate, Kaka may catch a party for and say, woman, who platforms as well. Wa me shows of him about winning the apostle. And somewhere every Nipano, yes, Katrama and Pro. And assembly also cut to form one, so. And you see, certain lines have been crossed. Kasani ya kama abroso to a point where encabum and reconciling these will be very, very difficult. Enti, me say party for so mo pese to me no ba. Ni nya obia. Sabi obetumi aka party ni nyina bom na ne election empire party ni mu dia. Me gibi se me kwabena eje ko. Me nko ena me ne edubo ahia, masum edubo ahia. Masum kofo, masum akufuado asa eni ba omi so ayeju. Ena I think say baby amekubia manfo ebo mabaso say me kasa me ka funji
yo abusuafo eye engineer Kwabena J Japan ena ye ne di nkomo ewo Bethel Radio and TV me hu ze engineer ahoma no atiko oba ye sade ne beto so Facebook ye damase mo amohwe o Facebook ni YouTube emrepam no making come message na de amamo mo amohwe o YouTube ni Facebook nyina no me hu se nipa be 800 na ehwe esisia me hu se nipa be 800 na ehwe esisia ewo eye Facebook.
Hello, Utemenga.
Engineer Saba.
Hello. Okay. Yeah. Enti me de ti say de na kan yen kai say
ya homa no
suni e ban still a hadwon.
They say they dem pacho engineer pacho which makasa.
Ti na me ka say me de me futu a me de tu me fellow aspirant.
Yo, a Bethel Radio and TV. Hana Ghana kasa, hana UK kasa, hana NPP kasa, hana wiase kasa. Making come message no edi amamo mo amohwe o Facebook nyina no. Suyaku nana o suyaku kwapon ehwe Francis Abwaje ehwe free eye Leicester. Saa so na Oracle Edible. Oracle Edible. Ono so ehwe ene mo amaka nyina no. Me hu se mo hwe ewo Facebook ye nana yaw also hwe o Facebook emrepam no making kind mo message ni nyina amamo na de aba ewo eye Facebook no ma me hwe se metimi akenkan a o se DJK o se Kwabena J Japan, you have served the party very well, God bless you. And eye Oracle ba Edible so say great man speaking and Francis Abwaje so ohwe free Leicester medamu nyina say emrepam no making kan me hwe say menya general bi mu ampacho otimenka
Me too can very clearly nti minim say otimenka so sisi ya
ampacho pa emuda ho medase pi so wasa baby
okay
na mami musa we general ampacho pi engineer Kwabena Japan edienti enna ese delegate echusu minim se wabobo bia so edienti enna eye delegate omokoto aba nyankopon ya adom 31st no ese omoto omo aba ema engineer Kwabena J Japan na obedi party nanim as our flag bearer no okoji 2 minima 2028
remember I'm say the first 30 minutes yes say ma kicken some bebre first and foremost the him say ye beba power. Because say yamba power in 2029, the chances are that the new president of Ghana for a man of 8 years. Because Ghana for don't know if you say Ghana 4 years, no so. Nti obenya 8 years. Say 4 years die ni ye twa baako. Ye twa 1 year aka 3. Say ya wini a na etufa ho a. Ese ye de enwotwe eka enan ho. Ebe edumie no meboa.
No great.
To be able to survive 12 years of opposition there, we say ebeha. Until we need to we put our best foot forward. Because put our best foot forward. And say my reasons. Because say baby a party ni dran. Say person e ka ho no kwa. Enyim say some time ago, in fact, I think that me ba Yekoye meeting was in Luton.
Luton Yekoye meeting.
Yes. Mo chairman, Edumata, Kinsley, or Kansasem, said the way the two so-called leading candidates, no, supporters, no, to money, yehu edi yehu atem. Yan sheye, wenya, we supporters, we sunya, Msumeka, is a party no mu apai. Sa time no cancer. Na fi crash then see kesen so na tensions are starting cause. And ne baby a bedri. Any ensem wa akoso. Oni ba. Nim say ase enko signing unity pact. But if we are say santifo bu be say nipa timi sire nanim wo muna ne ti. Ebetima base nyina be kwa akosensa. Na ensem ni bia atofom was our campaign with. It has crossed the red line, I'm telling you. It will be almost impossible to bring certain people together to work together in 2028. And for the party's own, say, a council to increase our chances, no day. But they may futu amade ma homne to abano. Mun to abano ma kwabna jeje. Because media metimi aka party ni nyina bom ani hia sanka bom so hia sanka bom sa kuma pa me de eboa the last election sa kuma pa na me expect say all the rest so because me no be answer that any answer me can sem ya enchina obi a party so mo dem cho na si ebeka no price si de ekoso any enya my deep politics here from 1992 I've not seen a heated presidential primaries for too many ho ye refise and someone ye can we are providing ammunition for the opponent in 2028 na ye horo ye ho saa ubeden asa peja nipa na ye de na akọ no se Ghana fonto abaman. Ntimi de mesre party for no. Ase afutu ya me tu o muntie ne ye. Nti na me nam yi me deep press secretary to kufo. Ohene ba wate say akofa me tape bi aba. Eye bibi bone because no crack. In America. Now this week crowd me hu ne bi ma stressa. Enchire mu a me de ma journalist 2023 Ebinuma kofa na dia beto say because the rene na mekan but it is also very true osha nchechemu a efa Kennedy Japan ho ameye mo se ba omi ankrofo akofa no dia betum nchechemu ameye efa ba omi ata mo ba party nso na Kennedy fo nso ade no so atu ni nyina confirm say me ni obi a mekan no kre I'm able to tell it as it is to make sure that the historical record of this party is not distorted. But because I'm a repa, and journalists ni busam so na say campaign ye ko say Antoama Dr. Baumia na say ye use na dampen na say mpe sinfo. Na kas o mo kasasa. Na Dr. Baumia the party no na diri because at the time I know the party had to waive the 5-year rule. They didn't see that. Yeah, demand. Emma, the day or entire rising straight to number 2 in the party. Or be the vice president, so. Enti, man nipa no kasasa. Because vice president Akunya kese, don't even kase, ye yusu ni adampo. Because enu de Akunya kese. Oniba, me kase ya, fact no na meka. And so be man cha, no na, ye de na massive say, if you crack kase, Mr. Dr. Baumia, on your party. Man kasa. He's been in the party for 16 solid years. If we are saying it, yeah, na boy home. Yes, sometimes and painful feels it me war hine. So, obiara na life destiny. Nyame ota na chia nti obeto yen so onna President Akufo-Addo pija na man ye number 2. Wasan be vice president. Oni ni nyame ase. Uye nipa te se me enye se wani bre saa de no. Because who nim de nyame so asese ama wo. So them so. Na emu me hu no credit ese eka. Na me ka saa no credit na enye attack. I was just stating a matter of fact. You see, and I was there in that National Council meeting. I saw everything that happened. Again, okay, say we could do baby neighbors and say Canada Japan so am I 3 million 1992. I'm saying what? 3 million 1992. Now banks are Ghana in those days no more stated capital finance. Now 1992 party no sika enye free America na $35,000. London £10,000. Because I was close to the campaign. Mr. Kwame Pieni Modetiasi, one day the chief fundraiser, Hackman, is still alive. One day treasurer of our party. Nti, enya no kreda. Many alanche mati yene representing Young Executive Forum. Ewo, National Executive. Nkae den ehun frama ebe fire soon. Na sene o 1992 ye 3 million. Nka 1996 ye ko jina court over $30,000 per. Concordia, okay, oniba.
Yeah, Mikaipa.
Senka 30,000 they send nka almost see my 3 million ka mutu ya my crack obi an. Enti se me correct sa record no. So obi be ka so a friend say founding member na so onye founding member. Founding member ni 2 categories. One more assign a document na e dekoje certificate free only for 123 because that time there were 110 districts, 1 per district, 10 regions, 1 per making it 120. And then the 3 principal officers of our party, chairman, general secretary, Jimmy Boating, BJ Darocha chairman, and treasurer Hackman was watching. That document, you original. Nanso so me party ni na me sum penimfo mi no mo nantiti. BJ Darocha or the ne copy mami. Ti me be general secretary me try 7 sabeka original ni nya ti copy o de mami. And no na me here 4 more copies. Na me there 2 party secretary and I've kept some at home. Enti sa document nipa kakra bi ena e wo bi. Enti bi de kakra me ka Eddie Esisuni said, party phone, so who's got the institutional memory of this tradition and who has the intellectual capacity to transform the country Ghana and also the ability to heal the divided portions of the party and heal the cracks in the party. Mijidi said, me need the most viable option. Almost more meet my essay, man. Because Obia said that me assembly. Because I've conducted myself, maybe a boni and need demo bia menka and somewhere eya and chirobia. Sasuni here, and untina me see party for omuntie de maker, delegates omuntie de maker. Because nya fini ekotwaba na ebe sinkonya na ebe tisi asem we can we chire we can debi. Enyi sanye man nyina ntonchen. Montwaba na makobna ejeje. And I do believe that Ghanaian people, they know what I have done during President Kufuor's time. Me Sebi Obian who said the men sako can be beat. I had an unblemished political career as press secretary to the president. Intermediate, asem nam de ato manim. Mesre Nyankopon se enka won akoma. E drew 31st January, omun ta machi echitapa. Na yempagya party ninsi to rebuild the party. And I do believe that I will be the best option to give ourselves a fighting chance of winning the election in 2028. I'm still very youthful. Many kakra de. Nanso so nipa bi hia no kra na mfu se madi be se 48 to se 49.
Very young.
So, and so me come anim kakra. And I'm still very vibrant. I can connect with the youth, and I have a wide background. Apart from say, I've been press secretary to the president, so I have dealt in the media. Me my one of the trailblazers of sports presentation and sports broadcasting. And no, Abroche, I will one ambition. Because in the 80s, na metaba Abroche holidays. University, no, Lombard be no job kaka. You share Saturday football focus. Now we share Saint and Grivesy. No me there, Jim Rosenthal, no. Oh, and no inspire me. Me University National Service. Me did 25. I became the youngest on national television. I hosted sports highlights in 1987. In the 1990 World Cup, you know, it was all part of my innovation. Na Ghana World Cup live though. Then so me the idea by Penifo so no more GBC almost so, and I mobilize sponsors. Because Jacob Bechebelamte, whose company Lentas was the biggest advertising agency. I said, how are we going to benefit? I'm saying, we'll do panel discussions. BBC Ghana. It was my idea because I saw it in BBC and ITV. That time, I British channels, you know, triple. And not Channel 4, become. So, didn't friend Channel 4. BBC 1, BBC 2, ITV, and Channel 4. So, if you are saying science, and you are saying science, Yanko point share movie because you who the transformation of the world, technology. Me throw bus or Tottenham near the bus 149-279. Now you try ticket. Now you pay them no or wine as I know at Tiama. So and then Ukra a year all the tires are now call. If you ask now call baby. If you ask us media, I think said the party has an opportunity to elect somebody with a solid record, a pair of clean hands, a clear conscience, and who is fixated on what he wants to do for the country, Ghana. In Tinenra, me policy day, and I outlined my 6-point plan. None of my colleagues has been able to say these are their major policies, major statement. Debate, debate. I wanted us to have a debate so that we elevate the discussion. They are terminating somewhere in Fatanoa. I dominate the airwaves, not free. Then we discuss policy because all of us should show the Ghanaian people what we want to do. Ghanaians deserve to know, to ask us questions. Yeah, currently, I'm the only candidate. Make I say we are. Every constituency, 2 people. So from A to Z. Don't pay because I have no skeletons in the cupboard. I made this year. Intermediate. Me de me ho abechire omo. To me no omsem na wo. But I'm giving them the reasons why I think I'll make a good candidate to be able to convince the Ghanaian people no more to abamai. Especially a party for 2 million na atnef ye bufuo se nyeme ekoso obi o hia bibi amfama no anase bibi kra no hia chense okutua bibi kaka. A lot of things happen. Minkwane the only one out of the 5 and I'm in bed. Disciple for the Nazi because I was not responsible for all these problems. So, and I'm so ya come here to say the account do na dear before and to for 10 years. I need to say no party. I was sidelined and ostracized. And so Nyankopon until your mommy and me call round. And yeah, I bre party mu party. Because woman in our brain now, one headmaster. Nti omunya gidie o mi so omosoma me the here na meye their welfare will be at the bottom of my heart. Nti I'm very convinced and someone me no more can to And we are poised to deliver a major upset on the 31st.
Engineer Kobna Eji Japan and the Kasa Ewo a year Bethel Radio and TV UK. Engineer Mami Musa we say Nyankopon ye wadom na obedi party nanim na oba ye flag bearer na ye co-election 2028 na Ghana for ye wadom na ye de mawa. Mami Musa we say in the first 100 days, what will be the 3 priorities are odebeto odebeye adwuma e wo Ghana pachobi.
Inside the am say mo copy for abrofo Britain no me then first 100 days. If you listen very clearly to my policy speech, I'll be a drastic departure from the norm. So my targets, because for me, governance and having recalibrating our version of what politics and governance should be very important. A leadership here. And I think say Ghana from 1983, I call IMF structural adjustment program, SAP 1, SAP 2, SAP 3, and a FinSAP, and a HEPIC, and just a I'm just saying that economic models near the we are where we are. Until the issue is the style of leadership and a nema obeya a best son. Intermediate ethics and the conduct of my government. And they are very important. Because he did say it himself, Uba Bemwa, the former chairman can say no contribution, no chop. I say, you chopping mentality. I want that removed from the thinking of Ghanaians. That politics is about service. The public service, it means exactly the word that has been put there. Service to the public. Say, consume a mansign or minor. We should have that orientation. And they're very important. Me a president, I mean nominating ministers. Oh, Babette, and America said, no, we really need to be me, no, me, send me number. Yes, I am for the swine. We have to put a stop to all our celebratory mode into I say a Juma year koyen because you more be position. I say a adidi and now say president ne reward no say kudidi into oba nipa abochin kudinechi and Ghanaians have become enablers. Yes, we have Ghana for we the people, we the Ghanaians, we are the problem. Leaders, yes, we have to take ultimate responsibility and lead well. So Ghana for periodio. Here, Gigi Paso, na showboy, and I say, sycophancy has become an enterprise in our country now. Before Didi home, I will be a leader who will have people around me who are encouraged to almost show my name straight in the eye. You have to be able to have a discussion with the president. Nipa your president says, "Oh, Kasa will be another form." Debbie, and no, na on my Ghana, and it's continuing in both parties. People are creating cult figures. Instead, say about respecting the nation, no, and have a focus on the Juma SAA, no, and a Juma no pentem kwa semene ye hu nipa ho ne ade enona. It dominated the political space right now. And I think it's dangerous for our country. Once the people begin to lose faith and confidence in democracy, then it means we are standing at the precipice. So, and we don't want that. And that is why I believe we need a strong leader like myself, who has character, who has knowledge, who has intellect. Obetimi are taking the difficult decisions, even if it's unpopular. To show me 6-point plan is to see where my emphasis is going to be. So, frankly, I've talked about having a very small government because I've always believed in that. 2015 when I was General Secretary. There's this video, I'll share it with you later on. I think it was Kwesi Pratt who was conducting the interview on Hot Issues, TV3. Sorry, Hot Issues, TV3. And I'm a kind of say, I don't believe that a small country of 35 million people should be run by more than 20 ministers. And I have fixed it on 19. And I want a small government, 54, finished. Mean, slim, and genuinely downsized. So, media, these are the things I want to do. I want to see the Supreme Court trimmed down to 11. Right now, we have over 20 Supreme Court judges. Are they? And almost age of 70, no. I want to remove that age limit. Because judges say you must be concrete no more. And we all know that lawyers are like wine. The older they get, the better, the more experienced they become. So, I mean, you are penny and me a boy and say me, Shianon, do something or they say, Okofi, retirement. Almost they retire on their full salary. Into one no corner a trianican, the Oba Basin and Nashville trianica. Double whammy for our already under pressure public treasury. Yes, Niska is wasted in the system. So I will cut the waste completely. I've also promised we will complete all existing projects before we start new one. This business about me, my buying for new projects are buying it's taxpayers' money. It doesn't matter which government builds the road. The road was built by the sweat and toil of all of us Ghanaians. So it is how well you manage our money that we can give you credit for. Abandoned hospitals, abandoned schools, projects, uncompleted roads. Why? Come back, Roma. You cannot travel over a span of 10 kilometers. It's a road near fully completed, fine. Yeah, started baby for baby. I mean, no. There are a lot of things that I'll put a stop to. And getting a small government very quickly in place in the shortest possible time, so that within 100 days, everybody will see that this is a drastic departure from what they are used to. Very different. Ghana for so, Omudimraso, Omusa President Nenia Brenoye Jumadea, they will fall in line. So, my focus is to make sure that we are fiscally responsible. You cannot spend what you don't have. The BNA or budget deficit, are they? The time has come for us politicians to look Ghanaians in the face. This year, Ghana cry, the roads, a dozen, new roads, you bear maintenance. And we don't have a maintenance culture. Abroche, quiet, 20 years, level of service, because they back it with a maintenance regime. And then what we call a defect liability period. Now, I'm a civil engineer today. That background will put me in a strong position to stand me in good stead to make sure all the money, every cedi that we spend will be for the public good. So, planning and it is gone completely non-existent. We don't enforce planning schemes. We don't enforce regulations and laws. I want to impose order and discipline in our country. But yes, Papa. The way we live, economically, even the way I teach you, city to say Accra. Baby, I but bubu asinomne official town. Sana abrochete. Baby, abrochete right there. Uko Ekrasia is even nicer. The suburban areas are even nicer. And now uko Ghana Ekrasia. Adaya yena nanum see 50, 60 years ago. Erosion area ne be hangy because we cannot even protect the environment. Simple environmental protection, we can't do it because of greed. And there are a lot of things on my head, and it has been captured by the 6-point plan. We need to reform our land system, our land administration. On my team, as I see, be our court. And so you can't even get a title. Land titles, so it is a because what to them, where's he would die? Let's say, who need title? Won't even find bank, crank, bobo, and find your business, and never generate jobs. Now, I can't want. They are not kicking, they can't jobs, no. We've got to lay down the infrastructure, make sure that the state machinery is well oiled and is primed to deliver services to the Ghanaian customers. And we have to become a customer-friendly people. Ghana ha, uko ejuma, ubaka so omo ye favor. Wa uko ejuma, taxes no nema utua no. Eno na edi tua ne kan. Ade say edi one day ese cobra 3 weeks near ma okoba. Ese fabo to so answer. And these kinds of things have to change, and it will only change if we, the leaders, are deliberate about it. We are determined to stop it. So now may come because I've been there before. I've been press secretary to the president, the rank of a cabinet minister. Mutiti makusi si adaya anase me real estate anase ma kofa abaya sasi. I could also have done that, but my yes, I'm papa to me Methodist ni. We be a friend who said the nyame kakra bia nyame dia ma obia. Mo amo ani aso. Mi fi ametimu ameno kase. I built it in 1999 from my sweat as a civil engineer with my own consultancy firm. Juma Ekoye or Boase in the 90s, managing one of the largest real estate housing projects for the senior staff of Ashanti Goldfields. And I'm deceiving that. And here, me press secretary, Hannah Metie, yes, been called cantonments, Miss Menko. We name it dying to meet him. So, and so I'm very satisfied with it. I'm content with my life, and I'm a happy person. So, and it's our society now, Basse, the BS will be a person of fun. It reduces our mentality. And then leaders, and I want to offer Ghanaians that kind of sober leadership, public-spirited individual like myself. And media me feel say, to me no semna omo dodo no anime. Me call around the party for ni dimi what dance because papa de we ya. Wo de wa we papa now refuse. The obo anu de okai. You could do constituency no we aka eh. They no sika o de Brian e de ye de boy say. What is my beam and what can be bizarre? Because the mark of a leader is not to brag about what you've been able to do to help people. And you see, free one number. Because service to man is service to God. So you Christian, you are any part. You are couple until most who did it. So, intermediate, a footnote on the party, no. I hope so. Bibi Abeko fine. So far, the Presidential Elections Committee, they say, they've taken it up, especially this Presidential Elections Committee. Oma detach party from the electoral process, which is what I did in 2015, because of tensions and it been person Modiba party. Michelle Daddy security na police. Went to the police headquarters, spoke to IGP Alassane as he was then, and made sure that they provided security in all the 276 polling stations there, the polling centers. The same thing I did with the Electoral Commission. Me as a party, no, me na print ballot papers. Me I can say what print will favor or be an unfavor. But the Nina Electoral Commission was the budget by me triaka. Now I'm sending register no come now. So, you go there, you go there as a voter, and I am very happy that the current Presidential Elections Committee followed that model. And Drew Daniel Kotwaba, so we are former General Secretary, second major point. So we are former President, to say President Akufo-Addo, another President Akufo. Because Kotwaba, you are going to exercise your franchise. Mura polling center being Casamuna regional chairman, who new role in the elections. And by so doing, I hope we'll have a free and fair election. And they don't want to Abama also we dedicated patriot, which NPPD. Now we party. You accept who the party people have elected so that we can all together, we can support him the way I did support Dr. Bawumia in 2024.
Engineer Kobnaji Japan and Yenini Dim Komo Bethel Radio and TV. Engineer Widia Kamemo Ako, Nensono, what buy ye diaspora, UK dear. Unim say a year diaspora and Danny Danina and your contribution boa my economy no a ship. Yanko point you are domna obey a year president or flag bearer of the party ni president. A dear and she and now Emma NPP UK and wider diaspora general.
Well, I've always believed that the diaspora is a serious part of Ghana. Of course, we share remittances to support even the economy. There's even been discussions in the past that as it may flow even diaspora bonds for people to invest in bonds and help develop our country. So there are many things that we can do. Of course, during Kufuor's first term, the issue about road partner voting, why the Electoral Commission has not been able to implement it. It's something that if I'm president, I would call them and have a chat with them and find out why it has not been implemented. Because I believe that, like it happens in other countries, you should be able to vote wherever you are. So even in the national elections, we should make it possible. So look at the logistical requirements. In Nehemiah SAA, a bit so Manchester no say Luton no ubetimi ato naba will make a contribution to the country. And I think those are the critical things. Diasporas. And again, the tax regime and how cumbersome it is at the ports. And they're up to now, I've never understood it. For the near Maba, you many pan bread. It's like you punish so the BB. And yet that mentality is not a good mentality. Ubia koye jumano oba obebwa omana. Bibi odi bebia is a contribution to our GDP. Until we should see it as that. Na ye man ye nyasa punitive attitude. Say as if say ye punish one. And I believe in trying to consolidate a lot of the taxes. Too complicated. And it leaves people in the hands of unscrupulous customs officers.
Engineer Kobnaji Japan and Yenini Dim Komo Bethel Radio and TV so. Aha, and Ghana Kasa, Hana UK Kasa, Hana NPP Kasa. Hana wiase nyina kasa enwumre engineer Kobnaji Japan onyabra maye acheche ye dia fa party mu aba be true ni vision enwoma nyankopon ye adom na oba obeye ede ama party no ene ne botaye a esi nani so se obebo ye ama party no eno ena enwumre one ya che ewo eye Bethel Radio Yankopon ya adoma dia two delegate anim say ono na delegate ese mo hwe no na moto abama no gidi say nra eno lanche na ne policy enyina etie nsemo ewom che say he will be fantastic and he can be the president we all want ahomane drop here mami hwe say menya na gidi ampacha otimenka.
Hello, Meteo Nkasisi.
Yo.
Otimenka.
Mbacho Meteo Kapa.
Okay.
Yo. Medawa CP na ye mamimra party nim kakra. With a few minutes na obekono. Party nimu na no yeti suspension 1 year experience, you've been the general secretary in party where the party ni more ache a dear now sha party no say ya ho den na ewo no dear na nhihye pa nhihye be na say ya nyankopon ya adoma after the primaries no yenyina ebetimi aka bom na yetimi akọwe ni 2028 election.
First and foremost, me gidi say esi hu say eyo osun no na yeso. Ese ma osun no ehia yen. Nti ye koto abai say aka 1 week pe. Maka o baby that a lot of water has already passed under the bridge. And someone akoso no say it be very difficult for reconciliation. And then okwe one na say me catch them. Nti na me ka say party say pese enkabomba me gidi say yes mama I will have the best opportunity say me can pabo. So them say that's number 1. Number 2, one more party no see now so say and she share SEA bia also mama no cre edi anymore. Because who's a party expand the polling station concept. Yan sheda am building the polling station register in all the polling stations. Maybe a general secretary. Me sheda me print 40,000 registers. Me came from every polling station. Say the polling station on more meetings. Hu nipa dodo a omo. Because polling station meeting there na nipa na do so be at 20, 15, 30. They be more build them register. After about 6 months, you know the core members in that polling station. Inti emre no so se beto aba na munyi nipa num a omo beto aba. Bigidi se nyo obi ne free region and ase constituency ba be kire mo. Ko muni mo. Sai adwini me de by 2015. Enso so ye nyina enim de sie me free makonwa so ma ntisa asem bio. Inti se e kasese nke ya to aba awie a ye lusu yaya. Other na polling station, what is a polling station for a meeting?
Very.
To find out even in your polling station, say 2020 in your say what 2024 in your say a DNA course, a DNAC. Those are the things. That's the duty of party activists. Mushiana mo dream near mahuna mo finding solutions to problems. Yes, I bet to a bankwan and most of say muna moto aba. Na candidates drew her by a seco season. And then one mammy transporter, hey, Uma because we did any sikesha, we yes, sika enti and ye kind who boom say ye party. O mine yo intina ye say ye party. Intibilia, do you hear Bema party? I can't boom and no credit. Because I buy a debo ban and no one has a debo take. And someone akoso ni penny bin semone a omadi wo party obi enkan he and so obi kokan bi dia yes yaso no mu oh ekoba ne saa na ayese selective justice na eno no e di amemem fear ene kasakwa na ebeba ndi yenye bibia kwampaso emane ne dane kwan mu fefefe enye complicated o. Complicated. I don't think it's complicated at all. And to say you determined say about the right thing you make no pray. Now, the bay juma, me says, Sani mean no very, very soon. Timpaya na me was a party for be team myself. Oma tuabano mami. And me even him say a party na woman. A party na person. I believe in the sanctity of the NPP. Inti the kwine be any nipa bekasa. Because as I say, so I dare back who party since ye 2 years in change. It has become like a norm. Say BBS and suspended. BBS and suspended. Hey, cool dear. Ye the nipa na yo. There are different types of penalties between their manipa. I dare party for press to say. So we are Bonibia, the Edema so for the next 5 years, won't even contest the position we are. And no cry is a better punishment than say, well, you need a free party. Now, when you need a free party, we are talking about San aba no umpe. That one vote no umpe. Intermediate and son you be a free party. It must be something very grave. So na yempe ekwan foforo a de be di any party for be kasa. No one who say ehun hia kwa so be kwa akoyi bibi afi na ese. Ye kotwena so. Yenim se nipa de ehun ofo so nto ye den binim ho be kan. Na nso so mo kan. Ye no anse ya tworo letter ya pa mo free party. That be. Ye free nipa ba party no. Say ya tworo letter. Ye nyina na ese pe party na ye dom party. Ti ye mfa sa enu adɔ no entinem. Na obi ye bibi na mfata ye mpe kwan bi. Ni make sure say ye keep you as a member of the party. Till why ye bibi a very grave unacceptable. Eno so no say ye nyina didi ehun komo na we understand ourselves na there is a lot of dialogue. I mean it's obi be sa. Nti abotre any die any kasapa any nuadɔ ye manu ni yenim. Enu di yenima oniba sa problems nyina ebefio. Na emom me hwɛ de ekoso platforms yi bi so. Say who support simesi. Me support obentinti. Timi tru asem ya didi ye ho atem. Ade. Aba na eda ba ko na be weni. Odidi ho atem na afei de mu no na mo abeye motanfo. That is what is breaking the party. And as a political leader, me pese me too ye chita for nefe. Say eda ni ba ko na benya. Dey na waye ne se wanya obewu. So, sum na person obesum unless e bia wa adwenboni bi wo. Adwuma na da ho no, enya adwuma e da fo mo, adwuma e den. So, adwuma e den so na ye koya ya twe ho sekan. Enya se ya twe ho sekan. Person ye bibi sum o man na ni makoye ma NPP na Ghana so ye fire ntuma fra, e pani fra. So, nti we de enya ma atwe ene kasa de bebre chinchina say hey, I mean desperation is too much. I'm beginning to wonder some for very good intentions for the party. The desperation to be the candidate is too much. Can one some don't know trauma come as well. Fine, fine. So because politics no any football draw him. Nti wu nim say ye kwoto aba betimi unsa betimi aka betimi abasa unsa so enka di yesa usiesie wo you prepare yourself for either outcome no enkoba ne say media manya ewiase nyina nsai debi ye ne say enye sisa suban no yade a ese free mu nti mesre party form especially chita form one more diaspora no ebi so ka ho ye ne ye kensem akese ensem enim ne ye say party no me enye sa ye no party no ade bi a wo ye bi abusa wo say asem a me ken esa me twe anamo a me tui ede nkuranhye ede enimonyam ebre party na say ebre party na say. You've got to ask yourself, and in good conscience, to be able to come to a conclusion that you want to do something to strengthen our political tradition. Yeah, they say, but you see, and imbibe them with the values and the ethics of society. So, and someone ni mu chato suona, unim sa someone no crazy oh bibi say a friend of mafia, oh really a mafia. There should be no such word in our lexicon. Yo,
General Engineer Kwabena Japan, former General Secretary and Presidential Aspirant, Nyankopon Yadoma, 31st January, Yekotono Swaba na delegates. See a hini to a hini for the Kunyano Amano no Abeye NPP presidential candidate. General Ansana Obekono, final word to MPP across the globe and the delegates of Mokoto Abano. Na meja kwa Mpachopi.
My final word is goodwill. So, ye who say, ye dom ko back. Yem protected the sanctity of Ekuo. Yes, ye kasaye, ye subai, ni bibia, Emma Hunyam. To be tis a penny or kasa. No, who's penny Udini Huni. Into one uncle intimate politics, na man was a me ye be, or intimate dom NPP. We should be an attraction to the rest of the world. It is a weird diaspora. Kasa mama honte, no can someone a big page a party in and somewhere be share Ghana phone crying, yeah, and somewhere a big booty pa abemo. That is what I want to leave whoever is here and know say 31st no is about the soul of our party. We need a new lease of life. I think the time for a new dawn, a new dimension, a new direction, and a new phase is now. And that phase is Engineer Kwabena Japan. And I mean, Kyle say the year 2000. Soon Papa be a beshe party mu. You retire, Mr. Kufuechi. Yes, it's a ballot no da I say ho no da. Ne ba watete no Kwabena Japan or tete no castle. Esisi me da ase ho number 5. Tite e do 31st no dey ahwe won sem we say high five now the team ho ase ho high five now the team ho ase ho na mo bi remfi me di nyame jamu nyina yemfa enuado ene nkabom entina oyeko MPP na me shiro bibia baako
yeah, that's the engineer. And so now we're on Facebook for I mean reading message in being show. Yeah, DJ K. Watro or Hase or the Kwabena Japan. You have served the party well. God bless you. So na NPP UK branch chairman Kingsley Dumata of Ake. Wanos Watro or say Kwabena needs to write a book about his experience in this beautiful tradition. So na Manchester chapter youth organizer. Or say, such a great man. I can listen to him all day. So na Hajia Mesinkum. Or no so so our show. Nature say message above Facebook and ne at the bar no. You better was say when ya bre edi amaye. The Yankupon say wa joining or Bethel Radio and TV with your experience ne. Party one more to share with your vision to Ghana and the diaspora. Nyankopon share dasipi.
Mr. Medasi, Muninya Mintra. Thank you for the opportunity. I never Dasi be brave.
Bye.
Bye.
Engineer Kwabena Japan, former General Secretary of NPP. So na odini dia base Nyankopon ya adoma 31st January. NPP etu ahene ne esi ahene munye na dom na monto abanemano na omeye flag bearer of New Patriotic Party na onsa ankoji to me in my 2028. Engineer Kwabena Japan ene nanwumre ene na twetwe nkomo medamase ebusuafo se mabos matrasia ahwe Bethel Radio and TV Nyankopon hyamo na mameka o se Nyankopon ya adoma echina nyamboa another aspirant ezubeba another aspirant zubeba Nyankopon ya adoma echina eno ye the former education minister Yura Yao osei educhum ono so yebenya no ne na atwetwe nkomo na wama yahu butaye esi nani so die nti a opese yeto abama no na obeye kanini ema New Patriotic Party Makacho se Bethel Radio ya ba transie nti aha ena NPP kasa aha ena Ghana kasa aha na wiase kasa Nyankopon ya adoma echina ebehia na ye ne former education minister obeye deputy education minister ena echi osabeye education minister odinidi aba se yento no so aba na omeye flag bearer of New Patriotic Party Yewura Dr. Yao Oseduchum. Echina yenini bedi nkomo Bethel Radio and TV ha. Inti enyi wa fidie ni mfi ha. Ubenya yo Bethel ubenya yo multimedia, Bethel Multimedia ubenya yo YouTube. oko YouTube a obo Bethel Multimedia ebeba saa so na Facebook ubenya ye wo eho Bethel Multimedia other platform nso nyina ubenya Bethel Multimedia ewo ho ene mosomfo Thomas Oheneba Boachi na me di dwumadie ebrewo de obo me chidom echinchin fidie emaame eye Julius the Don the one and only the Don ono ne boa ye ochim fidie ede tu yie ede maaye amefa akwanya we so na menchia eye adwumawura Richard Ejare ene Mercy Dombo so madaroma omo bi adwuma kese ama yenya ebi eye ansa na yebekọ no ene omo ta machi ema me di dwumadi bremu eye Livingstone Healthcare eye adwumaku a omo aba eye UK ha chese omo bo omo ho modern yie pa chese o pe ba bia ye adwuma se fa care ho nsem dia eye Livingstone bra ne frɛ Livingstone for na ene unisa wo so o pe part time o pe full time a ni nyina obenya bi wo Livingstone enti frɛ adwuma efo no na ne omunisa wo so e wo 077532138683 077532138683 anase obetima frɛ landline no 02033254618 Livingstone Healthcare or say passion for quality and dignified care. Omoni adwumakuo ba ko omoso masne. Saa so na Italia Nursery omoso no ebo a meso masne ema mede ene dwumadie no ebre mo Italia ewo Boramwood ejue. Na 10-15 minutes from Estri and Boramwood station. Opel ba ama ogba nyantitiye esua de dia onichire Italia Nursery. Saa so na Palm Island eno so ewo housing opegana aduane bia opebia no ubenya o Palm Island. Saa so na better video and photography. Yes, videography and photography ubenya o Bethel. Sa wo ye party wedding bibia wo ye bia na se opese ebetwa mfoni ma wa better videography and photography ebeba na ya ba betwa ma aha ena mosomfo Thomas Oheneba Boachi mede dwumadi ni besi nyankopon ya adoma ekina ebehia ewo Bethel nkomoso makramo
nanso yemfa kroya emwa yabuede bomine rogwejo mama yenyi nanso obiara nyana famudio oma embenya nkwoso kana betu bono oma yenyi nanso obiara nyana famudio mine oma embenya nkwoso kana betu bono Obiara